Let's talk about Jupiter Wagons. The company has seen revenue decline by about 6.5% from a year ago. Margins, however, have seen a bit of an expansion. Joining us to discuss the fourth quarter, but more importantly, the next year in detail, we have Vivek Lohia, who's the Managing Director, joins in. Vivek, thanks a lot for joining in. Two-part question. On FY26, what's your prognosis on execution of wagons and wheel sets? What's your order book right now? And on the back of that, what's your revenue outlook?
Yeah, good morning. So we are very bullish on FY26. In terms of order book, today order book stands above 6,000 crores. During the year, we expect a sizable tender from Indian Railways because the demand is very strong and Indian Railways has been investing a lot on the freight infrastructure, especially. On the wheel business, we continue to expand. Already this year, we did a turnover of above 300 crores in that business, which we plan to double in FY26. A project in Odisha, which is a completely integrated wheel setup, is supposed to be already it's under the construction has started. By beginning of next year, we expect the axle line to get commissioned. And in 27, we expect the entire plant to get commissioned. We are very, very bullish on that business. As you can, today the biggest challenge for us is availability of wheel set. Because this year itself, in the last quarter, our production suffered, and during the first quarter also, we have taken a hit in a production capacity because Indian Railway was unable to deliver us the prerequisite amount of wheel sets which we needed. We expect it to improve in the coming months. So we expect the production to stabilize in the coming months, and our target is to,
Yeah, Vivek, let's get a couple of numbers. You've given us some color on the wheels business, as you said. You're expecting it to double to 600 from around 300 crores. A couple of quick questions. For the business on the whole, what kind of a growth are you guiding for? That's on the revenue growth. Also, in terms of profitability, what should the steady state margins look like?
So today, our margins will be around the current band which we did last year. There's already quite a big expansion. If you can see, there's roughly about a 10% increase in margins which we had over FY24. And if you compare to the industry, we have about 3 to 4 basis point spread over the rest of our competitors. So our margins are very strong, and that is because of the kind of backward integration which we have entailed over the last couple of years, as well as the other growth drivers which we have.
Vivek, you want to quantify it? Margins, we got it. It'll be in this vicinity. That would be, I think, around 13-14% approximately, right? Around 14%.
14 plus.
14 to 15% we should work with?
14 to 15% is what we
got it. That's out of the way. On a base of around 4,000 crores, what can you deliver this year? Already from the wheels business, you'll get 300 crores extra. So that's, some part of a boost. You'll end the year, what? Closer to around 4,500-5,000 crores or more?
So that's the target to do it. Again,
5,000 crores?
Yeah, 5,000 crores is what we are expecting to do this year. And we are pretty bullish on achieving those numbers.
All right, 5,000 crore revenue is what you're expecting in this year with around 14 to 15% sort of margins as well. That implies about 750 to 800 crore EBITDA in FY26. How much of that would convert into cash? Because I'm looking at your operating cash flow. While it has improved from last year, it's still at 200 crores, which is about 40% of what your reported EBITDA is. So what's the kind of cash flow generation from operations that you're expecting in FY26?
So if you see over the last 3-4 years, our cash flows has been steadily improving, and the trend is going to continue. If you look at our inventory holding period, that's come down substantially. We plan to further reduce that because of the more efficiencies which we are bringing into the system. Even our debtor numbers are going to come down this year. So definitely you will see, again, to quantify in terms of percentage right now is very difficult. But definitely you will see a substantial improvement on that.
And you were talking about the Indian Railways giving a big order. Which quarter you're expecting it in? And in fact, if you could tell us what is the potential size that the Indian Railways could give? And out of that, how much can you garner?
So if you see again to specify size, it's very difficult. But if you look at the projections which is done by Indian Railways in terms of the traffic expansion, and so they are talking about they will need at least about 50 to 60,000 wagons to fulfill the revenue targets which they have in mind. So I don't know how much of that will convert into orders. But definitely, I think now the outstanding which is the industry has with the Indian Railways is declining. So we expect Indian Railways to come out with new orders.
That's your expectation. There is no formal notification from the government about any order tendering that is happening, right?
No, because right now still
Got
there
it.
is about close to 40,000 wagons which is outstanding with Indian Railways.
And
The
what is
industry
your
could
right to
deliver.
win here in wagons? Just wanted to understand because there are other players as well. You have some share. And this morning itself, we got the news that Sham Metallics, another person, is looking to enter the manufacturing of wagons. So it's not necessarily going to be an easy road with a lot of competition coming in, right? So how do you then, define your market share, success, and perhaps margins in a business like this, which is seeing a lot of competition?
So, see, competition in any industry is inevitable. So you cannot, but however, the kind of backward integration as well as forward, which we have achieved over a large many number of years. And these things you have to understand that take a lot of time. It's a 5 year, 10 year cycle because there's a lot of certification, there's a lot of learning, knowledge. Today we are so if you look at a wagon which we produce, about 80% of the value addition which happens into the wagon for us is captured in house. From the brake systems, from the entire castings which we do, from the cold roll processes which we have implemented. So these are things which take a large many number of years, and now we are doing a lot of new wagon designs ourselves. So this is something it's not easy for anybody to come and replicate on day one. So there's a huge advantage which we have, and competition is going to be there. It's been there. It's not that over the last 4 5 years new players have not entered the industry. They have entered the industry, but once they come in, they realize that it's not very easy to get the economies of scale and the kind of integrations which we have put in place. And now plus the wheel set being added, and then the entire and then for us the focus is not only the Indian market. Now we are with the brake systems and the wheel sets, we have a very strong global presence. So it's not only a India market, it's India plus one. It's the European as well as the North American market which we are looking at. So that gives us a vast scope compared to any
Okay.
player who comes.
Got it. Got it, Vivek. Appreciate you joining in. We'll hold you to these numbers. Close to 5,000 crores of revenues, margins of 14-15%, and operating cash flows improving. Thanks a lot for joining in. And we request you to join on back on the channel once you get those orders that you're talking about, the large orders from the Indian Railways. We look forward to our chat at that point of time.
Looking forward. Thank you.
For the time being, we slip into a short break. Actually,